Hello and welcome to our Scribe Insight presentation. Today's featured presentation, I'll be doing a live integration between Microsoft Dynamics GP and Salesforce.com. My name is Rich Rodacey and I'm a sales engineer here at Scribe Software. At the conclusion of today's presentation, you should have a good idea as to how strategic Scribe Insight, the platform, can be in terms of helping organizations bridge their many different islands of information. Let's begin by taking a short look at the Scribe component-based architecture. So as you can see on this slide, there's various components that make up the on-premise application Scribe Insight. Scribe server gets installed on a Windows-based box. With the implementation of the Scribe server, two components are available to you, the Workbench as well as the console. Now the Workbench is typically where a designer would create the data maps that would support the movement of data between various endpoints. Within that Workbench application, that designer can add transformation functions, use conditional logic, build out everything graphically. You do not have to be a programmer to use this product. You can test run your designs before you roll them out into production to ensure that the data that is going into the target is going to be that data that you would expect it. And then obviously you can certainly run it from that Workbench application as well. However, the majority of times that organizations leverage Scribe Insight, they choose to set it and forget it. Basically, I want to create my designs, however I want them to run in an unattended fashion. And that's really where the Scribe console comes into play. Within the Scribe console, there's many automation features. We support 4 different types of process events: file time, query, and queue. As well as monitors, alerts, data views, just a wide variety of automated features that would allow you to set up your Workbench integrations and forget them. Let the applications, the interactions with the application dictate when data is going to flow behind the scenes. Understanding that Scribe Insight is sitting back there behind the scenes, waiting to do all that heavy lifting in regards to the movement of that data. We also ship with technology adapters. These are ODBC based. We have a library of about 15 different drivers that are available to you. MySQL, DB2, Sybase, just to name a few. In addition to the technology adapters, ODBCs, we also provide our own application adapters. And these application adapters have been built by Scribe Software from ground zero, leveraging the APIs of those enterprise applications. So in the case of our demonstration today, Salesforce and GP, we'll leverage the Force.com API with regards to connectivity into that web application. And then from a Dynamics GP perspective, we'll leverage the eConnect API. All right, so let's take a look at the demonstration that I want to share with you today. First off, this is the solution template. The solution template, as you'll see it today in today's presentation, is actually downloadable from our website, free of charge. Certainly you can modify it to meet your specific business requirements. You do not have to be a programmer to use this product. It's all point, click, and configure. However, the solution template that you can download, these are the touch points that will be available to you. And the whole use case scenario here is order to invoicing. Creating an order in Salesforce, and that order would flow over into the Dynamics GP back office. At that point, you can make modifications to it, you can invoice it, and then that data would then be integrated back up into Salesforce.com. The touch points, as you can see, a couple of those boxes there in the center are bidirectional. Specifically, customers, addresses, contact information, as well as orders, header and detail information going in both directions. From a unidirectional perspective, you can see that the product catalog as well as the price list is typically in a single direction from ERP. That data would flow into Salesforce as well as the invoicing process. All right, so if we look at it from a use case perspective, this is what we're going to see today. We're going to be showing 2 different scenarios. We're going to show data synchronization, so that would be making a change up in Salesforce and see that synchronize at the customer level back into the back office. And then we'll do a process integration, and that will be that sales order to invoicing that I talked about earlier. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the demonstration live. Okay, as you can see here, this is my Salesforce. I'm currently logged into my Salesforce deployment. I'm looking at my accounts page. And I'm going to put my sales hat on for a moment. I live and breathe within Salesforce.com. And one of my accounts calls me, Aaron Fitz Electrical, and he says, hey, I'd like to order some product. So what I'll do is I'll come into Aaron Fitz Electrical record. I'll do diligence to make sure that everything looks satisfactory with regards to financial situation. Is the credit on hold, that kind of thing. Any outstanding orders, things of that nature. So here you can see I can take a look at all the information with regards to Aaron Fitz. I can see the detail there. I can see the demographic information. Coming down a bit further, I can see there's my contacts, any outstanding opportunities that may currently exist, any activities. So we got all that relevant information that would help me in terms of managing this specific account. However, what I want to do is that first use case scenario that I said I want to do data synchronization. Let's go ahead and make a change. So Aaron Fitz called me up and said, "Hey, Rich, we're making a change to our address. I'd like you to make that modification within your CRM deployment." So what I'll do is I'll come up here and I'll change the address from one long way away. We'll change that to 100. All right, we'll click on OK. And before I save this, let me just give you a sneak peek into Dynamics GP and show you what that existing address is so that you can see that this is actually live synchronization going on here. So I'm going to go into Dynamics GP. We're going to go into the customer cards. And we're going to go ahead and find Aaron Fitz Electrical, which is right there. We'll open it up. And you can see the address right here is one long way away. All right, so let's go ahead and minimize this. We'll go back into Salesforce. So there's the change that we made, 100 long way away. And we'll go ahead and click on the Save button here at the very top. And now that record change is being applied into our CRM deployment. So now what we are doing right now is Scribe Insight is leveraging the workflow and publisher or the outbound messaging functionality within Salesforce.com. So that change has been detected by Salesforce. It is sending an outbound message via XML format, dropping it onto a web page where we are subsequently picking it up, consuming it, and moving that into the back office. So let's go ahead into the back office once again. We're going to go back into the GP customer card section. Let's take a look at Aaron Fitz Electrical. And you can see now the address has changed to 100 long way away. So pretty simple with regards to a use case scenario, however very effective underneath the scenes here that Scribe Insight is able to detect the net change event that happened in Salesforce and then pull that data down as well. I can certainly come back here into Dynamics GP and let's go ahead and change that from 100 long way away and we'll just put in 200. And we'll save the record once again, close this out. Very similar to what we were doing in Salesforce. We're publishing net change out of Dynamics GP, once again as an XML type format, dropping it into a queue where one of our integration processes will pick it up and then update Salesforce appropriately. Let's go ahead back into Salesforce. So there's the earlier address that we changed from one long way away to 100. Remember, we now just changed it back to 200. Let me just click on my F5 key here and we'll do a refresh. And what we should see is that that address has changed to 200 long way away. All right, so that's the first use case scenario. That's the account synchronization that I wanted to share with you. All right, so we made that change for Aaron. Aaron said, well, while I got you on the phone, Rich, I'd like to order some product from you. All right, so I can come down here and I can see, well, his account hold status, there's no check there, so I know that his account is not on hold. He's in good financial standings. Very important from an ERP perspective and a CRM perspective for both those organizations to know the where we're at with regards to the financial status here. So what we'll do is we'll go through the opportunity phase here. We're going to create a brand new opportunity and we're going to create that new order from it. So I'm going to click on opportunities and we'll say let's create a brand new opportunity. There's some required fields here in Salesforce that need to be satisfied, and I'm going to call this, let's say AFE for Aaron Fitz Electrical, and we're going to put 6/22/12 as the opportunity name. Close date, we're going to say it's going to be close of business today, and the stage of this is going to be closed one, because I'm pretty sure that I'll get this business. So basically, we satisfied all the required fields here in Salesforce. Let's go ahead and save this record. Now with that record saved, what we can now do is go through the process of adding some product. So we have nothing more than just a shell of an order in place. Let's add that product. So Aaron said he was very interested in ordering a brand new monitor for his computer. So what will come down here is we'll click on Add Product. And first thing that we need to do is identify what the price book is. By default, you can see it's retail has been selected. However, you can see that we have about a dozen different price lists that are available to us. These, by the way, actually have been synchronized from the back office Dynamic GP via that solution template and made available up here into Dynamics CRM. So we'll leave it on retail. We'll save. And now we'll be presented with another page here where we need to identify what product that we want to order. So as you can see, as I scroll down here, we've got our product catalog. Once again, the solution template has synchronized all those products in the back office and made available up here in Salesforce.com. So let's go ahead and choose, let's say, a 15-inch monitor. And I'll select it. We now have a new screen where we can identify what the quantity is. Aaron is only interested in the quantity of 1 for today. So we'll go ahead and set that. We'll save this record. And now you can see we're back to the opportunity screen where we can see the relevant detail of the opportunity. You can see the amount has been filled in here, expected revenue. If I scroll down a bit further, there's the 15-inch monitor. Now directly here in the center of the screen, we have a small link that says Create and Submit Sales Order. So out of the box, Salesforce.com does not have a sales order menu. But what we offer from Scribe is a sales order component that you can download from the App Exchange if you do want to manage opportunities as well as sales order in your Salesforce deployment. So you can download that free of charge, install it, and you will have this type of functionality. So if I click on Create and Submit Sales Order, this is going to come back one more time, allowing me to make any modifications, like do I need to add freight or any discount amount, those types of things. I'm going to say I'm okay with this. Let's just leave this alone. So I'll scroll down here to the bottom of the screen. You can see there's that 15-inch monitor, quantity 1. Let's submit it. Now what you're going to see is that sales order component kick in. It's now going to convert that opportunity into a sales order, as you now see here on the screen. So once again, all the data has been captured and moved across appropriately. There's your sales order detail. You can see there's my AFE 62212, the name that I had arbitrarily given it to in the opportunity phase. No discount amount, no freight amount. Scroll down a bit. Demographic information for Aaron. There's that 200 long way away that we had made that change. And then down below here, you can see we have a status section that says Submit Pending. So this is a feature within the solution template that, again, you can download free of charge. Me as a sales rep working within Salesforce, I have no idea if the baton has been passed into the back office. However, what we've done was we've actually created the solution template that will then send a feedback from GP once they have received it, and will update that status from Submit Pending to Submitted. So if I click on my F5 key here, let's see if the status code has changed. Screen changes. Status code has also changed. You can see it is now of submitted status. So that tells me that my order has successfully moved from Salesforce down into the back office. Let's go into Dynamics GP and let's take a look at the new sales transactions that we would have on today's date. So on this sales transaction entry screen, I'm just going to change this type to order. And the document number, I'm going to sort on the date column. Let me just move that over so you can see just a bit better. And if we scroll down to the bottom, what we should see is an order here, which is 2288 on today's date, 6/22. Let's go ahead and open that up. So now you can see there's the header information about Aaron Fitz Electrical. It's an SOP order in the back office on today's date. There's the 15-inch monitor, the line item, the detail of that, the quantity, as well as the unit price. Now, just to show how the integration capabilities are very powerful within the Scribe Insight platform, let's go ahead and make a change here within Dynamics GP and see that reflected back up into Salesforce as well. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add another component to the line item. And I'm just going to use a scanner that we have. And you can see that it fills it in another quantity of 1. The extended or the unit price goes up another $69.95. Our new total down at the bottom here is $209.90. Now I'm going to add some freight to it. We're going to click in the freight section here. Well, we've got some inventory shortage. I'm just going to bypass that for the moment. So we'll go back into the freight, and I'm going to put in, let's say, $6.22 for today's date. All right, so that's our freight. GP tax engine kicks in, adds another 45 cents to the total. So our new total here is $216.57. So if you could, just remember some of these numbers. The total, $216.57. The 45 cents for the GP tax engine. The freight amount, $622. As well as the order number here, which is 2288, the document number at the very top here. Let's save this. We're going to close this out. Once again, we're capturing net change that just happened here within Dynamics GP as an XML transaction. We're dropping that into a queue. Our integration process will subsequently pick it up, consume it, and move it back up into Salesforce. Let's go ahead and move back up into Salesforce. And if I scroll down, you can see there's just that lone 15-inch monitor that we initially created that opportunity and subsequently converted into an order. I'm going to hit my F5 key one more time here in Salesforce. And what we should now see appended to this list is the, in addition to the 15-inch monitor, we now have that scanner that we have added back in the back office. Now, if I scroll up a bit, we'll go back up here into the detail of the sales order. On the right side of the screen here, you can see there's the amount, the $216.57. There's the GP tax engine, the 45 cents, as well as the $6.22 for the freight that I had added. And over here, you can see that we've actually taken out that arbitrary name that I had given it, AFE 61222, and we replaced it with the document number that was generated within the back office. So here we've got the ORDST 2288. If I scroll back down, you can see that the status code here is still submitted. Let's do one other thing. Let's go back into Dynamics GP, bring that order up once again. And I'll sort by date. Actually, let me just do that one more time. Do a quick review, sort by date. We'll scroll down, we'll pick up the 622 order, which is order number 2288. And there are these two items that we had just created. All right, so at this point, what I want to do is, let's say we're ready to go ahead and invoice this. So we're going to come up here to Actions, and we're going to transfer this to an invoice. And we're just going to present it on the screen, make sure that we have been successful here in GP. And you can see that we have successfully transferred that into an invoice in GP, 2276. All right, once again, we've changed the status of that order to be invoiced. That is a net change activity that we are going to capture once again as an XML transaction and then update our CRM deployment with that status. Let's go back up into Salesforce. There is the status code as you initially saw it, the submitted status. Once again, what we'll do here is we'll hit the F5 key. And what we should see is that the status code should change from submitted into invoiced. All right, so that is that solution template that I wanted to share with you today. Again, freely downloadable from our website that you can use it as is. Or, like I said, if you needed to add some additional functionality or remove some functionality, it's really up to you. You do not have to be a programmer to use this product. All right, I'm going to jump back into my PowerPoint presentation. And let's just talk a little bit about the extensibility, the adaptability, if you will, of the product. I talked earlier about the technology adapters, our application adapters. Here is our breadth of opportunity with regards to connectivity. As you could just peruse around the perimeter here of this circle, on the left side you can see the Dynamics family of products that we have application adapters to. Continuing clockwise, SQL Server if you need to connect into a native SQL Server database. Oracle, we have an Outlook adapter for the client. It's not Exchange, but it's the client application connecting into, let's say, a public mailbox. You want to pull some data out. Salesforce.com, obviously. SalesLogic's another CRM application, as well as their ACT deployment. We have application adapters for. Various endpoints that our reseller community, which is over 12,000 strong, has successfully provided services to their customers in connecting into those various applications. Certainly not inclusive of all the applications that are being integrated with, but some of the ones that we thought would make sense to you. And then down at the bottom there, web services. If you need to connect out into a web portal, let's say for address validation as an example, and you need to pull that data back and include that into any kind of transaction that would run into your ERP application. If it's a SOAP implementation of web services, we do have a SOAP application adapter as well. Goldmine, another contact management system, and obviously XML. Okay, well, I want to thank you very much for the time that you've taken to watch this presentation. I truly hope that this has been of value to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You can see here on the screen, we have an email, demos@scribesoft.com, that you can send us an email. If you do have questions with regards to what you've seen today, please identify that particular presentation, in this case, GP Salesforce integration. However, if you're interested more in terms of the different products that we offer, don't hesitate to reach out to our website, which is scribesoft.com. And if you want to chat with somebody live about pricing, whatever the case may be, reseller opportunities, training, there's our phone number there, 603-622-5109. Once again, thank you very much.